Aloha you guys, and welcome back to another episode of Zero to Hero Wingboarding Tutorial. We left off on episode number 2, sharing with you guys how to confidently make your way into the water and manage controlling your flight. In episode number 3, we're going to talk about how to control your line holding upwind, and as well, how to control your turnarounds, your tacks, and your jibes. Let's dive into this. Oh yeah. It takes some practice to utilize the beauty of the foil and its natural ability to carve almost straight into the wind. But first, we're going to want to work on simply holding our line and gradually applying more and more pressure to head into the wind. We could do that by holding that pressure on the heel side and slowly pulling our wing back towards our back shoulder. I also like to hold the handles towards the back of the wing. Now, as much as we want to embrace the sensation of freedom when wingboarding, eventually we're going to have to turn around. The first turn we generally learn is a downwind turn called a jibe. Preparing for your jibe, slowly point your nose downwind and prepare to let go of your back hand and hold your front hand up above your head. Allow the wind to do most of the work for you, flipping that wing over. As you finish your turn, pointing your nose slightly back up into the wind. Notice I kept my natural foot position, which is goofy foot. Here I'm continuing on my toe side towards the beach, and the jibe on the inside is very similar. Preparing to point my nose downwind, I hold my hands up above my head, let go of the backhand, and intentionally switch my hands over into the ideal handle position. As we go through this variation of the jibe again, notice how the front hand stays over the head throughout the movements. Even once the hands transition, that front hand immediately goes up over the head again until you're reset into cruising position. Now, after we've started to get comfortable with our jibe and we're ready to learn the next maneuver to turn around, we could take on our upwind tack. Edge on your toe side as far into the wind as comfortably possible. And same variation of the movements. It's just a little more of an uncomfortable feeling as your body's a little more contorted with your hips and your chest facing in the opposite direction. If you continue to point your nose into the wind, remember that smooth transition, bringing your hands over to the other side while keeping your front hand over your head. Eventually, when we're ready for another challenge wingboarding, we're going to want to be able to switch into our opposite stance, as you see there. So let's go through how to get into that position comfortably. I found it really helpful when I was first practicing this to continue that roller coaster motion and start from high to low before I switch my feet over. Start by taking your back foot out of the foot strap. With every movement, try and stay center in the board. My back foot comes to the front, and then the front foot steps to the back as it switches over so that you can transition over to your heel side smoothly, back up into the wind. Thanks for tuning in to this episode. Make sure to subscribe to get notified when our next episode drops to continue your confidence and progression wingboarding. Alright, aloha.